Greetings, everybody. You all look beautiful. Thank you so much for coming today. Can everybody hear me all right? No, something's not working with this microphone. Do I need to get closer to it? Now you can hear me. Ah. All right, I'll lean in here. So, I want to welcome all of you wonderful, beautiful library people to the Metro Conference. My name is Nate Hill. I am the new director here at Metro. I've been here for 6 months now, and I'm super excited to see all of you and have this fantastic day. We've got all kinds of cool stuff planned. We've got great speakers, and how wonderful is this? So let's see, a couple of housekeeping things. Is everybody all right connecting to the internet? Everybody's on the Wi-Fi? We're good with that? You've received an email about this, so you should be able to figure out how to jump on there. We're really sorry about the crazy elevator situation. So there's only one elevator working right now. That is going to be a little bit difficult to deal with, so just kind of plan around that. There are stairs out there. I know we're super high up, but you could go down those. But apologies, right? These things happen. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time yammering on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move directly to this fantastic keynote speaker that we have to start the day. Kari Lämsä. So let me give you a little intro for this guy. He is the manager of Library 10 and Urban Workshop. And these are Helsinki City Library's development centers for new physical and digital library services. These services will form the foundation of Helsinki's new central library that will open its doors in 2018. Together, Library 10 and Urban Workshop offer services like recording studios, audio editing rooms, video editing rooms, office-like facilities for entrepreneurs, a makerspace with 3D printers and other Fab Lab equipment. Each year, hundreds of library professionals come to acquaint themselves with Library 10 and Urban Workshop. Mr. Lämsä has given lectures on new library services at numerous international conferences. He's worked in the public library sector for over 20 years, and his particular interests deal with developing public city spaces in a way that satisfies the new needs of the customers. And I just want to add that I met Kari in 2008 when I was working at the Brooklyn Public Library, and he has been an inspiration. I've seen him speak a number of times. I am absolutely delighted to have you here, Kari, and for you to be able to share your work with this audience. So, welcome.
Okay, can you hear me? Does this work?
Yeah. Can everybody hear it?
Okay. Okay, thank you, Nate, and thank you for inviting me here. I have been now in New York 4 days, and I feel a little bit like New Yorker. It's nice. This is great. This is my absolutely first time here, and people ask me what I have done here. I have walked, and I think this is the best thing to do in this city. So, I'm coming from Helsinki. It's almost same level than New York. We have almost same weather. Little bit colder winter time, and you have a little bit warmer summer time, but more or less same. And maybe you already know that Finland was before famous of Nokia telephones. We were a country of Nokia, but not anymore, because there is not anymore Nokia. But what we do today, our very fast growing business is game industry. Angry Birds are coming from Finland. Clash of Clans are coming from Finland, so we don't make any more mobile phones, now we make games. Finland is full of libraries. We have at least one public library in every municipality. We have a lot of small municipalities, and we have over 800 public libraries together, and we read a lot. We lend about 18 items per capita. And Finland is quite large country, very tall country, but it's mostly lakes and forests. We have only few cities. And Helsinki is our capital. There is 600,000 inhabitants. And it is said in many reports that Helsinki is one of the most livable cities in the world. It doesn't look like that right now, but it is. And I think that one reason is that we have very good public services. We have very good public transport system. We have good public schools, good public healthcare system, and we have good public libraries. In Helsinki city, we have 36 branches for 600,000 people. And then we have, of course, these library bicycles. And also in Helsinki, people, they borrow a lot of books still. And my library, Library 10, it's in old main post building on the second floor. We have 8,000 square meters. It's about 8,000 square feet. And we have over 2,000 customers daily. So it's the busiest branch in the Helsinki. We are just one of our branches, but like Nate told that we have special task to develop new library services, and today especially new working methods, that how we change the way we work for the new central library. And why? Why we have to develop new library services and new working methods is, of course, that our customers, they have totally new needs for the library space and library services. Our customers are mostly young adults between 18 to 30 years. And then we have a lot of active seniors. And what is interesting is that only 25% of our customers anymore borrow anything. 75% come to use library space and library service for other purpose than borrowing books. But they still borrow books a lot. So, you know, they are not anymore media users, they are media creators. They are cultural publishers. We have those video editing rooms, music rooms, studios, etc. With library card, they can borrow instruments, microphones, and other equipment to make own media. They can also publish own media. More and more, they come to organize own events. I think this 80% is now old information. It's maybe now 90% of all events which are organized by customers. So we have an open stage. They can make a reservation for the stage and make own concerts, exhibitions, and today more and more they organize own discussion events. And these are getting all time more popular. These different panels where customers have a dialogue with different specialist politicians and organizations. And I think this is very important because that dialogue, what we have in social media today, as you know, it's not very clever. So there is a new need for physical space where people can discuss face-to-face about different topics. Like now in Europe and Helsinki, we have a lot of discussion about the refugee problem, economical problems, globalization, and that kind of very serious things. And people like to come to library to discuss about these things. They are digitizers. They come to convert records and cassettes and videos to digital format. They come to teach each other how to use all these health service, bank service, and other services in internet. We have senior laptop clubs 2 times per week, where seniors teach each other how to use all these digital errands. And today they are makers. They come to make many different things in our makerspace. We have, of course, new needs of the library space today. This is library 10 before, very typical library. Tall bookshelves, 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 bookshelves. It was full of bookshelves, no space at all. Then we redesigned the whole space couple years ago. We changed all shelves for lower ones, and we removed a lot of material, and we remove material every year. And our main idea is to keep all our services as visible as possible. That this is from our entrance. So when the customer walk in, they see all activities what we have in the library space. Everything what's happened in the library is visible. There is our opening hours. Weekdays we are open till 10 o'clock in the evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a little bit less, but 80 hours per week. Those last 2 hours from 8 to 10 p.m. are not very busy hours. We have maybe 30, 40 people there, but they are that kind of customers that it's very important for them that they can come late time to library. They work usually in coffee shops and some services in the centrum, and they get from the work at 8 or 9 o'clock, so they have time to come to library. Do you know there is some secret reason? Because one day, our regular customer, old man, he stopped me and he asked me that what is the secret reason for those uncomfortable chairs? And I told him that we don't have any secret reason. And he said that, no, you're a librarian, you don't tell me. I have used libraries now 50 years and only uncomfortable seats. And then I sat down to think that why he asked that kind of question. And the fact is that I have been in different planning processes of the new library spaces several years. And when we librarians make interior design, we think about bookshelves. We think that our books should have good place in the library. We don't think enough that our users should have good place in the library. We have to have more comfortable furnishing. We have to have flexible furnishing. These are very practical, these small laptop tables or reading tables. You can buy those from IKEA, very cheap. And you can also buy new ones when they broke. We have that kind of tranquility space. It's called suvanto in English, is something like backwater. It's that atmosphere of the space. And these are not our ideas to make these spaces, because we have asked from our users what they dream about for our new central library. And for example, we have asked them that what kind of spaces you like to see in new central library. And this is result. This is what they want from the library today. So this is like a statement of our library space. Work how you want, furnish as you need. Because the fact is that every evening our library looks different than in the morning. Because during the day, customers, they remove chairs and tables. They furnish that kind of working or studying environment, what they need. If they need help to move chairs and tables, we help them. And every morning, I put everything back to the right places, because it's library, and in library, things have to be where they should be. I don't know why I put. We had an idea last summer that during summer weeks, we don't move anything back, that we just let the furnishing move around the space, but it was maybe too much. Maybe next summer we try this. We are moving from collection thinking to selection thinking, because we can't have collections anymore, full collections in the library space. We need space for other purpose than just collections. That we rather try to develop that kind of selections what our customers need. And one good example is our paperback book selection. And it works like that We buy every week or every month tens and tens new paperbacks, 10 of every title, 10 items of every title. And we change this collection every month because after 10 times of reading, those paperbacks are so bad condition that we have to remove those. And about 70% of books are all time out. So we don't need so much bookshelves when books are not in the library. And I think this is good, that we don't need to keep books in the library, that people keep books at home. Then they just return and next month come to borrow those. I know that for many librarians this is awful because we don't make any plastic, we don't put any stamps, we just put barcode, nothing else. Now we have built e-lounge, and idea of the e-lounge is to make our e-collections visible. And as you know, it's very difficult to market and promote our e-collections because e-collections are somewhere there. And we have tried to find out that how we make all our e-material visible in the library space. And we made this e-lounge where customers they can read and download all our e-collections, and we have all-time staff members next to e-lounge to help people to download those. And this is very interesting because many of our customers, they have told that they didn't know that we have so much. We have thousands and thousands e-magazines from Cineo, from Press Display. We have a lot of e-movies, e-audiobooks, etc. So this is a good way to promote our e-collection, to make those visible in the physical space. And I think that today it's very important that we are also part of the city's economy. Libraries have always been part of the cultural life of the cities, but especially in Europe, in Finland, we have to be more strongly part of the economical life. We have to help people to make business also in libraries. That they pay more taxes because we need tax money to run libraries. And one good example is this urban office service. And idea of the urban office is very simple. Those small business owners, freelancers, etc., they can make a reservation for screens. So we have those small soundproof screens, and customers, they can book those screens and build that kind of office space in the library as they want. A couple years ago, ALA contacted us, and they told that they have selected our urban office one of best foreign innovations of the year. And we told them, thank you very much, but why? It's only chairs and tables and screens. And they told that, yes, but it's a new way to use chairs and tables and screens. So it doesn't mean always that when you make innovations, you need a lot of technology and a lot of new kind of space and furnishing. Just rethink your chairs. It could be enough. Yeah, and we work like secretaries of the citizens. We help people to work in the library. They can borrow hole punchers, staplers, tapes, adapters, cables, screens, whatever they need, and they can work as in own personal office. We have made now a research project with our university that what kind of people work in public spaces and libraries and what they need from public spaces and libraries for working. And this was very interesting project. I just show you results from this. Okay, there's one picture more from library 10 and people who are working. So we made a lot of interviews and observations, etc. But this is interesting. Most of those who work in the library, between 25 to 34. Second group is 35 to 44. They are quite well educated, mostly have university or college diploma. They speak a lot of languages, much more than I do. Most of them are from the field of art and culture. Second is business and finance. Most of them are entrepreneurs, and second is freelancers. So that kind of people whose work usually at home. They work at home on the kitchen table. They need to come to the centrum of the Helsinki, meet each other, speak with each other, see other people working around them, to get this atmosphere that they are working with others. And it took almost 3 years to find out that most important thing for them is location. And second important is good view. So people like to come in the center and watch out from the windows. Yeah. Maybe you knew it, but now we have researched that 3 years that this is what people need. This is just a screen capture of one of our events. It's in Finnish, but you can understand these tags: design, creativity, society, and politics, Helsinki for all panel discussions. This is how we like to develop our business services, that library can be also kind of creative business hub. And then a little bit about that process of the makerspace, how we developed this urban workshop project. You maybe have heard about this participatory budgeting. The idea is that citizens can decide how we spend tax money. So we gave them $100,000 for citizens to decide how we have to spend that money. And we had different workshops, etc., where people made these projects, and well, this is just how it works. Ask ideas, analyze, create projects, preparation, and then they decide how to use that money. So these are results from those 3 workshops, what our users wanted us to do. Urban workshop was one, and then this backwater space was one. They wanted space to allow the mind of rest. Storybook birthday parties. This was interesting. Singles even between the cells. It was nighttime. And singing rooms and learning from other festivals. Then we organized Makerspace 2020 workshop. And idea of this workshop was that we asked those who we can call as lead users to analyze what is the role of the workshop near future and coming decades. We didn't get very practical ideas from them, but it was very important that we got a little bit wider idea that what are we doing. Because of course, when we make makerspaces, we can go to shop and buy 3D printers and that's it. But I think it's when we develop new services, it's important to get a little bit wider and deeper idea of what we are doing and why we are doing this. And this is maybe most important result from these workshops, that we found out that what is purpose of makerspaces in next 10 or 20 years. All equipment are that kind that you can build makerspace any space. Any space where you want, because our building is from 1930 and we cannot build any ventilation system, or we cannot make any soundproof spaces there. So you can use all this equipment in every library space. if you want. So there is 3D printers, scanners, vinyl cutters, graphic stations, sewing machines also. I told 2 years ago that in my library there will never be sewing machines. After 2 months of that, I was carrying 2 sewing machines to my library, so never say never. And I think this is very important for us and for our customers, that mentality that let's find out together how to make these things. Because all these makerspace things are very new for us and very new for our customers. So we have all time that kind of situation that our customers don't know exactly what they want, and our staff don't know exactly how to do it. So it's best to sit down and find out together what we are doing. We have a lot of action. We have a lot of workshops there. We have had also overnight events with some game producers. It was a surprise for me that how much action we have around this makerspace. First, we thought that the people will come to make some decoration and some plastic rubbish, but usually they come to make very practical things. Like if handle of your fridge is broken, you can bring this broken handle and you can scan it and you can make new handle better color if you need. And the trumpet owner, he told that it was almost impossible to find a new mouthpiece for him, trumpet. But he came to our makerspace and print out new mouthpiece. Kids love to make these robots. You can make own stickers. If you are Chihuahua owner, you can make Chihuahua bags and that kind of things. People come to work together with friends and partners. We have got more customers, we have got new customers, but I think what is most important, we have got totally new kind of customers. Those urban activists, entrepreneurs, designers, artists. I got the mail yesterday that last Tuesday we had kids coding workshop in the library, where those small kids, they make computer code with the parents. And my colleagues, they thought that the president of Finland came to visit this code shop and code with kids. So of course we got a lot of very positive media visibility when our president were sitting and coding with children. So I have to update my slides that new kinds of customers, designers, artists, and presidents. And I think this is also important that we don't make, when we make new services, that we don't make only our libraries more interesting, but we make the whole city more interesting. Two important things on this slide is that when you make totally new services, give the staff time to train themselves. I heard many times that it's difficult for librarians to learn to make this makerspace and studio and these kind of new things. It's not like this. Librarians are very clever people, but we are kind of perfectionists. We don't want to start to make new services, even we don't know how to run those services. So give the staff time to train themselves, then they can make those services. But the most important thing is between these two lines. Don't make everything ready, because we don't know when our services are ready. Quite often we librarians, we try to make those two ready. But we cannot open doors if customers don't know what to do there. So we have to find this window when our new service is ready enough, but users can still continue developing. This is our motto, libraries verb. Here is our group. Our average age is under 40 years. I'm a senior. and it's getting younger and younger all the time. About 70% of staff members are males. It's full of young men, this library. Our kitchen look like that, yes. And we have about 80% of staff members, they are librarians. We have some media assistants and IT specialists, but almost all of them, they are librarians. And they all time learn new skills. We are visible. We use these vests all time. Library 10 was first library which took those vests on use, and it was difficult and awful work to make people to use those vests. We had a lot of discussions when to use those vests. Should we use those vests only when we are behind the desk? Why? Because when you are behind the desk, everybody knows that you are a librarian. And then we start to discuss that we use those vests when we are in customer service. When we are in customer service, we are in public library. When we, in the morning, check in the library, we start customer service. When we check out, then we leave customer service. Even we work in the office whole day, we use vest because we are all time in customer service. They can make those stickers if they want, but they cannot cover those logos. And it's very good that we have those vests because not all our librarians look like librarians. Always when I make new PowerPoints and new slides, I show all my slides to my staff members just to hear that do I speak truth or telling just stories. And when I made this slide and I showed this to my staff members, they start to laugh and they said, "No, Kari, it's from sitting and waiting to hiding and escaping. This is the truth." And of course, we all have those hiding and escaping days. But this is what we we are practicing. We are training this. It takes 10 seconds to type from sitting and waiting to walking and talking. But when you start to act like to be nothing than available. Because we don't like to go to say people that, hey, read this, read that, have you seen this, have you seen that? We are a little bit shy, we librarians. But we try to be available. We have practice how to walk. Good example is that when people come to ask information, and where is this book or where is the studio, that we don't walk in line, that I walk first and then customer follow. That we try to always walk side by side, like they do. At the same time, we can tell that, have you seen our new DVDs? Have you seen our new magazines, etc.? Many small things what we practice all the time, that how to be available, how to walk with customers. We try to make all guiding side by side. And I think that also in our library space, our customers, today they sit side by side. They don't sit opposite each other anymore. You know why? They always have something between them. Tablet, laptop, some device. So we have to learn to sit side by side. We cannot leave people, how many minutes? Ooh, I have to be fast. Yeah. And then we are like personal trainers today. This is also a new service. We make training programs for our customers. So for example, if you are interested about jazz music, we make a training program to understand jazz music. We work as studio guides, laptop doctors. We work as e-guides, 3D thinkers, and we try to be friends. Because we are quite often a little bit official, we try to be more friendly, solving everyday problems, everyday situation together. We are moving from reading room to working room, from book storage to public space. We have got some nice awards and prizes like Helsinki of My Dreams and Quality Innovation of the Year award. And I didn't put these awards here because we are so proud of those, but because we didn't get these awards because we are a good public library. We got these awards because we are a good public space. We have to work as facilitators today, not decide anymore ourselves what to do. I took this picture one evening. I forgot something in my office. I came back. The whole library was totally dark. There was empty red wine bottles in the kitchen. Hippies sat down on the floor. Allen Ginsberg movies was running there, and I thought, oh my God, they have occupied my library. And I thought, is this what should happen? Should we transfer the ownership from us to users? Or should we be as a facilitators? I don't know. But next step is our new central library. Here is library 10 in old post office, and then we are moving here after 2 years. So after 2 years, we close library 10 and we move to this new building. It will be 100,000 square feet. Now we have 2,000 visitors per day. We are expecting 10,000 visitors per day. We had open international architectural competition. We got 544 entries. It was a lot of work to look all those entries. Our citizens, they had a possibility to vote their favorites on the street with touch screens. It will be our official centennial project from the Finnish government. It's very nice to be official centennial project, but it's also very nice that we got $30 million from the government for that. And groundbreaking was a couple of months ago, so now we have a big hole, and no one can fill it anymore. Because it was years and years this library was on the paper. And as you know, next city council can always rip off the paper. But next city council, it's very hard for them to fill up this big hole. So we will cut this library. I like this picture. It's like a big mouthpiece of the Hoover, of vacuum cleaner. It will suck people inside the library. The ground floor will be as a part of the public park and public space. It will be without books, just for events. Second floor is more like library 10 with studios and maker spaces and working facilities. We will leave all this ventilation system and construction columns open to give for the second floor a little bit like a loft or carriage feeling. Every floor has special own atmosphere. And the third floor, people call it as a book heaven. All collections are on the third floor. It will be very, very open, very lightful. The balcony will be on the same level than our Parliament House entrance. And our architects, they thought that it's like a symbol for democracy, that public library balcony is same level than Parliament House entrance. I think we should be a little bit over. It will be symbol for democracy. Now we have discussion. Can we have trees inside or not? I don't know what is the situation right now. And those 3 months, when we have summer, we can use this lovely balcony. We have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of technical challenges. We need intelligent staff scheduling system and integrated venue booking and facility booking system. We need digital wayfinding and signage system, intelligent material management system. Now we work a lot with these different technological challenges, but I think that these are not very important challenges, because the greatest challenge is to make our customers' dreams come true. We asked from our customers what they dream about new library. We got over 3,000 dreams, and we promised them that we will make those dreams true. But the problem is that when you ask from your users what dreams you have, they don't tell you that what kind of library, what kind of furnishing or what kind of collection they need. They tell what kind of atmosphere they want. They tell you that they want a room for meditation, space with soothing colors. They tell that they want beautiful and cozy, not cold and sterile space. Reading room where tea is served. If I come to ask you that I want a place for informal exchange of knowledge with informal and released spaces to make it happen, what kind of space you will make? We have promised to make this, okay? It's hard work. This is our vision. Usually I am not very big fan of different visions, they are very boring. I like this new vision only of this one word, because this one word, this first time when we tell, not only for customers, but we tell to ourselves that we have to make these things together with our customers. Thank you. And here is a few minutes video of this new library. So this is Helsinki Centrum. There is Opera House, there, small bay. This is old railroad, which is now for commuting and bicycling. There is our Parliament House, our Modern Art Museum, our music hall, and the library will be middle of all those cultural buildings in the centrum. It is made by wood and glass. That parking place will be parked. Well, it's already parked now. So all books are only on the third floor. There is first two floors are without collection. Maybe some pop-up exhibitions, etc. 2018 in Helsinki, there is only beautiful people with good clothes. And this will be cinema for different independent movies, etc. So not Hollywood movies. We will skip sauna. No, we will skip. It is too expensive, and I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah. But our city council, they want this sauna. Yeah, they think it's good tourist attraction. I don't know how it will work, these silent areas and kids area next to each other. Our architects, they told that it's just acoustic solutions, but I don't know. Because those kids, they don't make only noise, they run all the time. So. There will be a restaurant downstairs and a big coffee shop downstairs. Yeah, and architect company is ALA. It's a Finnish architect company from Helsinki, and all architects are under 30 years. It's excellent because they know exactly what are those new needs for library space. And nighttime it's like a lighthouse. Upstairs.
Let's give another round of applause. How cool was that?